Hey guys, so make sure you watch last night's live stream, obviously. But for those who weren't there and who haven't seen it, I got into a couple trades. So I talked about the bullish scenarios where we break up on like Ethereum, for instance. But overall, everything looks like it's really bearish. It's about to correct and come down. But I said there's a chance we can get one more push up before that happens if we get above 600 on ETH. Sure enough, that happened. So at this point, I still see that dip coming, but we're hyper bullish, right? That's why I keep saying don't short. I'm not going to short. I almost shorted last night because I was like pretty sure that we were going to correct last night, but it's a good thing I didn't. And I stuck to my rules, which is when you're hyper bullish like this, you don't short because even when the chart says you're going to come down, there's a decent chance that you're going to make another push up, right? So luckily, I just got into my longs, my BNB trade. Excellent surgical entry. I talked about this in detail last night, how my main goal here was to enter a very low risk trade and turn it into a risk-free trade very quickly, and that's what I did. So it's a 10x leverage trade. I'm up quite a bit because of the leverage, even though I'm only up like 3.5, 4% profit probably. That turns into 35 or 40% profit with the 10x leverage. So I'm going to move up my stop loss here. I'm going to figure out where to place it. And then obviously with my XRP trade, nice solid breakout. We got a 16% breakout on that. Really sick call, perfect surgical entry, excellent precision. We're coming up against resistance on the 4-hour from the 55 EMA right here. You can see that right where the top of the green area is. So I'm going to come up with an idea of what I kind of expect to happen with a rejection here. It could come pretty soon, but the Stoke still has some room. It looks like we may be able to push a little bit more up here with a little bit extra momentum. So we'll see how that plays out. And then the other thing we're going to want to see is track BTC and Ethereum. Now, this gets tricky because normally I would say I'm going to use BTC as a bellwether to say, all right, my other trades are getting close to their max and they're going to need to correct soon because BTC is correcting, right? In this case, we don't have that luxury because we talked about this last night, how BTC has been decoupled from the rest of the market. Bitcoin has been pumping like crazy, even when it's supposed to correct and even when the alts need to correct. So it's really hard to use Bitcoin as that bellwether that we're used to using, where you can say, all right, let's decide when everything else is going to come down based on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin can just keep running higher. So at this point, I can't use Bitcoin. I'm going to probably continue to use Ethereum. Ethereum, like I explained in the stream last night, has been much better for that purpose. I've been able to use Ethereum where I'll kind of use the general path of Ethereum to anticipate what happens with the overall altcoin market, and I can say, all right, all the altcoins that look like they're about to correct are going to correct as soon as Ethereum does. Like I can use Ethereum leading the pack instead of Bitcoin, right? So I'm not too worried about Bitcoin for that reason. I'd rather focus on Ethereum. I think that's more viable as a bellwether again. Um, and in that case, we're pushing up pretty high. I said that if we can break above this area, we can push all the way up to all-time highs on Ethereum. We can get up to $1,000 plus if we close above the cloud on the weekly. So I'm not considering that that's even a possibility just yet. I don't want to get too excited. Well, it is a possibility. I'm not saying that it's like going to happen or anything, but there's definitely a possibility that that can happen. I'm more concerned right now, short term, anticipating where the short term dip is going to be, so I can make sure that I take profit from my short term trades. Now, here's the weekly. There's the top of the cloud. We're pushing up pretty nicely. I would say there's 4 days left in the weekly candle, so there's still plenty of time left. To come back down. But if we stay this bullish for the next 4 days, then yeah, we're going to all-time highs on Ethereum. But again, short term is what I'm worried about here. I really want to figure out when we're going to get that short-term corrective dip so I can make sure that my profits don't get lost on XRP and BNB. As of right now, those trades are risk-free, except for I took some profit already on XRP. And I'm going to try to see if I can find some potential targets here. So right here, there was a resistance at 618, and we're already pushing above that. So if that becomes a support, we could push quite a bit higher, and we might not get that correction until either later tonight or tomorrow. I think the announcement that we're getting another stimulus payment is going to push the market a little bit higher as it's doing with the stock market. So that's something else to keep in mind. Anyway, that's my update for now. I'm not making any moves just yet. I may make some new trades. I might look for some of the alts that haven't really broken out yet and see if I can find some that are sitting right on support, just like my entries last night. I may be able to find some nice surgical entries that are about to break out. So let's take a look at that and we'll see what we can find. As for our open trades, It's important you don't lose that profit if it does come back down. So everybody should be moving up their stop loss to at least lock in some profit. I took a nice big profit on my XRP trade. My stop loss is at my entry now on BNB and XRP, but I'm going to be moving it up. I'm going to move it up and lock in at least half of my profit. So I'll let you know when I decide what a good target is to set for my new SL when I move it up, and I'll let you know how much profit I'm able to lock in. And if you guys are in similar trades, you can more than welcome to follow suit. And if you see any other new trades that look like they may be on the cusp of a breakout, you know what sort of stuff I look for. Let me know, and I'll take a peek. But I'm going to go through my watch list shortly and see what I can find. All right, update soon.